He made that. Woo. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. Yo 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 yo. Roll my boat.
All right, ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 to the 4 to the 5 to the 6. Now I'm in the mix, in the pits.
Yeah, we back, man, with another episode of Pop Your Shit podcast, where controversy meets the streets. I got my super producer in the building. To my left, O.G. Boona, a.k.a. Mr. Roxamore.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, baby.
And to my right, I got the infamous, the famous A.G. White.
Not so white, not white now.
He said, not white now. Yeah, man, tune in, share the topics that we talk about. We ain't here to offend nobody. It's just our opinion. Y'all give y'all opinion. Yeah, and that's basically it. I hope everybody had a nice time over the weekend.
Right.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
On this first episode of the year.
No doubt.
Happy New Year.
Oh yeah, New Year.
Yeah.
When do you stop saying Happy New Year?
I think
I was at a cookout in June. Motherfucker was like, Happy New Year, eh? I was like, you 6 months late, but 6 months early for next year. You know what I mean?
not right now.
AG
Not right now.
He gonna be stinging us today.
Yeah, we good, man. We are good, man. Tune in, share. I'm glad to be back. First episode of the new year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? First episode of the new year. Just tune in, man. Pop Your Shit podcast, man. Let's get into these topics, bro.
Definitely.
Oh shit.
It's all good. You know what I mean? So looking forward to the new year. We're gonna be having an in-person event here coming up before the end of this month. I was working out the details with the location. Make sure everybody stay tuned, stay locked in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you're watching it on YouTube, subscribe. If you're watching it on Facebook, make sure you like and share. You know what I mean? We're working on the Twitter account. And don't forget to go to the popyourshit.com webpage. You know, that's still a real thing. That still exists.
Yeah, I tried to get on there. It said some shit about air, some shit.
It's been over a year old, so it might need to be.
Hope it don't say timed out.
Some shit like that for real. And y'all can say it says send 200 stars. Send them stars, whatever the fuck them stars is. Send them Jones. We need them. But for real, man. Tune in, man. Let's get into these topics, man. For real. The first one, Damar Hamlin. We want to, send our condolences to him, his family, his teammates and shit like that. He's from Pittsburgh. It's a touchy situation. All I can say is, I'm glad he's all right. I'm glad he's back with his family. I'm glad he didn't die, shit like that. And, just hope he gets better and is still able to continue his career in football. So, man, yeah.
Well, when I heard about it, my wife was like, everybody's talking about this player from Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? Got hurt and I played in the NFL. I'm like, who? I'm like, all right, I got family on the Bills, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, the Bills? I'm like, all right, let me check, make sure it ain't the. Next thing I'm getting messages, is that our relative? Like, nah, that ain't him. And they're like, yo, he went to Pittsburgh, he's from Pittsburgh, went to Pitt, went to McKees Rocks High School, and, he's only been in the league for about 2 years, so to see the way he got hit, with me having my degree in medicine, the thing that scared me is that the reason why they do CPR here, your sternum, right behind is it's called the pleural space. It's a very risky space that sits between the bone and the lungs and the heart. That's why they pushed it, because it's most effective for the heart. When he got hit there, I said, if you crush that little space, and you crush that pleural cavity, you can instantly die. I was like, yo.
So you think the hit that he took right there probably caused it?
And then here's the thing: if you play football, some people like they had their equipment loose, so they'll get little pads. So when you seen him in some of his pictures, his pads was like they stopped like right here. They didn't come down to here like most people do. You know what I'm saying? Some people like they had that. They like to move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, he was a safety, so
he got to move.
He got to move.
You know what I mean? So if then when you putting your arms up, what happens when you put your arms up when you wear a short shirt? Yeah. Everything raises. So when he put his arms up to catch the homie, his padding moved up too. So it looks on camera with me doing, being having a sports network. I'm analyzing the film. I'm like, oh, it looked like he took a direct hit. not only to that same space, but it looked like there was no padding there because of the way his body was positioned. And I was like, ooh. And if you crush that space, if the homie died, I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna front. I almost counted him out. I was like, I'm wondering if he gonna make it through that. Yo, I was scared as crap. And then when they canceled the game, I'm like, yo, the NFL ain't never did that before. I was like, yo.
Man, there was no other way not to let them people play, man. That shit just it's mental.
It was too traumatic. You know what I'm saying? For that to go down like that and at that particular time and that particular second, and then to wait, and then all of a sudden that, you know, the post-traumatic stress kicks in, and them dudes ain't right, and who knows if they'll be right for the next couple of weeks without, you know, without counseling or whatever. But one thing I could say is that they were concentrating on the heart and getting the heart restarted.
Right.
But, you know, in order to get that heart started, you know, you got to pump that blood to get to that brain. So they were concentrating on getting that heart started, but no oxygen was getting to the brain. So,
After
you know, 6
6 minutes, you screw. You start going in the vegetable state.
Yeah.
That's the scary part.
Yeah.
They said they was working on it for like 10 minutes. I was like, ugh. And if you ask me, they hear that he's recovering is nothing short of a miracle. So there's some inspiration movie definitely might be on its way. I can see it probably within the next 18 months to 2 years. Somebody's going to produce a film about that homie. Because his career, he had the NFL probably looking at him like he had risk now. They may not even let him back on the joint. You know what I mean? And that's his love. That's his
Probably
passion.
Take him through all types of shit to see if he's able to play. But you know that he got a lot of support from a lot of people. You know, his foundation, his toy drive and shit like that.
Over 6 million.
Yeah, so yeah, I think he's gonna be all right, man. Shout out to him and his family. Just that's all we can do, man.
Yeah.
But when you look at his situation, you look at someone like Ryan Shazier. That stuff happened on national television. It's like almost like the NFL's best interest to make sure that they right, because they public figures too. That's scary, yo. That's scary. So now everybody's upset, talking about the seed standing for the playoffs. Who's going to be where now? Because they're not even going to resume that game. They just considering that game canceled.
Yeah.
And you know they ain't postponing the Super Bowl. So it's like, you know, the Steelers is scraping at the claws to get in. You know what I'm saying? And you got the other lower seed teams like, okay, we needed one of those teams to take a loss in order for us to make it in.
That ain't on us. They got to figure that out. But like I was saying, man, we glad he's okay. He's back with his family, and that's all that should matter. You know what I mean?
No, it's just it's crazy because not only is it his family, it's people that have children his age that are in sports.
Right.
So those parents are going through it like, yo, you know what I mean? It's like, oh.
Yeah, but I'm glad he's all right, man. For real.
Yeah,
no, that's great.
He was an involved kid too. He was one of D. Brown and Von Madden's kids. Von Madden was mentoring him and working with him since he was in middle school.
I didn't know that.
I was just like, wow.
Yeah, so shout out to D-Ham, man, and his family, man. I'm glad he's all right. And, we send our condolences and prayers to his family.
Anybody saying anything?
Nope, not yet. I was looking.
My comments is blocked.
Is they?
Like it won't let me see the comments, yo.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next topic, man.
All right. Bet.
Would you let your kid play football now?
Yeah. You go first on that one, dog.
I don't know. I was never a football person, so I don't know.
Man, you threw the ball pretty nice like you played football.
I played flag football. I ain't playing no damn tackle football. Ain't fucking me up. I ain't no soft motherfucker, but I ain't playing I hated football. I always did. Real shit. I hated football. I love basketball. If my child want to play football and do that, it's on you. Go ahead. I don't care. But yeah, I would let my child play football.
I ain't letting my child play football. That motherfucker getting on the next chess team. Move that rook. 2 spaces to the right. Get on that damn football field.
It is dangerous too.
My son played for a little while, and I'll never forget when my son played for Obama. He recovered a fumble, and then he stood up like, oh snap! I just, you know what I mean? And he stood straight up. I was like, oh no, don't stand straight. And then he took a big hit from the side. And then he got up. He was like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, that right there scared the crap out of me. I'm like, all right, son, you good? You cool? You know where you at? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you know, it's those moments right there that scare the crap out of you. Because it's like you got to learn how to be evasive on the field, how to elude people. But when I seen the movie Concussion, and with me having a background in medicine, I was shook then. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, you know, then my son started doing boxing. I can respect that. Cause I'm a fighter too. You know what I'm saying? But
You can't fight.
I will slap the out of you right now.
Beat your ass on national TV.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Sounds like a fight.
It ain't a fight. It's a slaughter. I promise you it is. Seriously, one hand behind the back. I'm telling you. But the truth be told, boxing is just as dangerous. But my son said that, you know, he wanted everything that happens with the sports that he participates in, he wants it to fall on his shoulders. You know, he had teammates and he had team, but it was always hard for him to do his part because everybody else wasn't doing theirs.
Was he trash?
Who?
Your son.
No.
Oh, all right.
Oh, no. He played corner and he played it well.
I'm just making sure.
He played corner. And when it came to Oklahoma drills, yeah, I'm one in. He was volunteering.
Oh, all right.
Oh yeah, he was volunteering. What's up? I did the same thing. I was dumb. That's how I messed up my hand. I went up against the biggest dude on the team. That was not smart.
He was soft anyway.
My hands bounced right off his pad. I couldn't feel my hand for like a week, yo.
Hey, would you let your child play football, AG?
I just said he ain't playing football.
Oh, snap.
Chess team.
You want to play chess?
Chess.
You just said soccer, though.
Well, yeah, he could play. Well, no. I don't want him playing that football. No football. No football.
No football?
No football. No football.
Man, folks don't know A.G. White is one of the baddest comedians I've ever met on the East Coast, and I've met a lot.
Yeah,
so he gonna have y'all on stitches. I'm telling you,
he was funny as hell at the Rock's Landing.
Yeah, he was on the Rock Comedy Show. He lit it up.
Yeah, you rocked out
all day.
Yeah,
he had the.
Yeah, he did that though. But anyway, no, I wouldn't. Like I said, man, you gotta let your kids grow up. You know, shit, find his own way. If you like football and get injured, I guess it's just meant. You feel me? Like everything happens for a reason. I believe. I always been like that. So it's just some time in your life where, you know, it's a possibility to get injured.
Well, the crazy part is you can't just say son anymore.
Sport.
You can't say son anymore. Women play it too.
Well, my son daughter.
No. Like they have a straight women's league and all the above. The thing that be killing me, that I'm surprised that doesn't get more press, the women that play football and they be doing it in the lingerie.
What is that?
That's a league.
Lingerie football.
Lingerie football with pads on and a helmet. And they got nothing else on but lingerie.
Cheeks out.
Dog, look it up. YouTube.
Damn,
it's a whole league.
We know what he be on.
I'm telling you, they got it. Wait. Hold on. T.I.'s wife, Tiny, she's the owner of a league like that in Atlanta. And they be wearing lingerie basketball.
Oh, I seen that, John.
Yeah. Atlanta's smart.
Man, ain't smart. That's some creep shit.
It's the strip capital of the world. They get it on in Atlanta. You ever been to a strip club in Atlanta?
No, we talking about would you let your kids play football?
I'm just saying. My bad. My bad.
You let your kids strip in Atlanta? Hell no. Mark. That's the you just if you you just gotta understand football is a physical sport. There's possibility you're gonna get fucked up, and I guess by being a parent, you take that risk.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
You know what I mean? By you being older and letting your child play, you already know the factor. So don't be surprised if you do get hurt.
I would say, I would like to, if my youngest son, who's 3, decides that he wants to play the sport, but he he gets, really good training, and he shows that he can be really good at being elusive, knowing how to position his body when he's getting ready to take a hit and all the above. I might feel a little better about it. My grandson, that'd be up to my son. You know what I'm saying? But if he doesn't show me that he's confident and he's a little scared and paranoid, what have you, negative. Nope. Nah, but my son doing football was also conditioning for him for boxing.
Oh, all right.
You gotta get used to getting hit.
Yeah, you can get messed up in boxing too. Taking punches to the head.
But in boxing, his tolerance level was very high from playing football.
Yeah, not bad.
Want to see?
Nah. I whoop your son's ass. Yeah, I said it.
Nah,
man. But yeah, man.
More taking a swipe at you on the
no,
joint.
that's my guy, man. You already know, man. Let's move on to the next topic.
No, he's saying something on the joint.
Who?
More.
Basketball ain't your sport. Being ugly is yours. I know that for a fact. You a bad motherfucker and being ugly, cuz.
Oh, damn.
Real shit, man. Let's move on to the next topic. Yeah, he always be trying to shoot jabs. Ugly motherfucker. Why do women like to use child support as leverage to control the other parent? Want me to tell you why?
Yeah, please.
They bitter. They just can't let go. That's basically it. All right, I mean, that's just it. Bitterness. Instead of just being happy that we moved on. It's that simple. I ain't mad at you. You shouldn't be mad at me. We should still be able to coexist. And why you gotta get them white people involved? We already been through CYS and all that shit, but you still want these motherfuckers back in our business. But it is what it is. Just know you getting that $575 a month, and don't ask me for shit else.
I mean, I think you're right. I think part of it's bitterness. Me, the tables will turn for me. I sued my son's mother. True story. She paid me. She paid me child support.
You a baby mother?
My baby mother. Yes, sir.
No wonder you got the BMW, right?
So
Baby mama walking.
So first thing, what you have to understand is that it's chess, not checkers. I knew she was on her way to trying to do something like that to me. She was definitely going to try to, because if she sues me, she don't have to work anymore. In the state of Pennsylvania, they'll take 55% of your wages and give it right to the mother. 55% of my wages, she ain't got to work no more. That'll pay for all her bills and then some. And he'll be straight. No. He was staying with me full time, had an opportunity, I made custody happen, and I said, look, you're going to pay a little bit on child support just to help out. And it was only $100 a month. I didn't want the state minimum of $350 and all that. So $100 a month. And she only paid it like 4 times. At all the years I had it, she only paid like 4 times. I had to keep going to court. They said, well, do you want to waive it this time? I'm like, yeah, I'll waive it this time. Because she's like, I'm about to get a job. Never get a job. So it's just like child support, but I never used it as leverage to get her to do something. Yo, I want you to, let me get that one more time, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna hit you with the child support, or I need you to do this, and that, or I'm gonna raise the child support. And I never did none of that. No. I don't need to. But my other baby's mom, she tried to go there. She tried it. My ex-wife, oh yeah, she tried it. She tried like, well, I'll just go downtown on you then. Go, no. She signed over custody to me. I had my daughter too. It was good. I lawyer up quick. My lawyers is no joke.
Well, it said but what's your take on why women use child support as leverage?
I just think it's straight up leverage. You know what I'm saying? And I just think they don't, I don't believe once they break up, I don't think anything becomes amicable. You know what I mean?
Right.
They just try to use the court to their advantage, knowing that the court will be in their favor.
Right.
And there's no amicable situation. I really never, I don't have any children, but from dealing with baby mothers of baby, and their baby fathers, and hearing a third party, they go out and get that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then, I don't know. Sometimes the support stops. You know what I mean? And
When they can't get what they want. Absolutely.
Yeah, when they can't get what they want, and now it's back to back to the drawing board. Well, this mofo ain't shit, and you got $500 you can loan me, stuff like that. Like,
Right.
come on, man. Let the court handle that.
And the thing that I think that where's the worst is that when women do it on purpose.
Yeah,
like when women be trapping like pro football players. They target them. Oh, he gonna be at the club tonight. They go target him. They wear the right kind of thing that they think he might be interested in. Get him home. Get him in bed. Sometimes they turkey base the dude. You know what I mean? He don't even know. She squeeze that, shoot that up in her. I'm pregnant. Well, we were just a one night stand, and he married and all the above. Now, just to keep it quiet, she got him dead to rights for like $300,000 a year. Like, it's just. I think, and they use child support as leverage. I think it's wrong. I think it's foul. I think the kid pays for it the most. Mm-hmm. You paying her, the kid paying for it the most.
Because when I went to child support court, I had 1 million receipts with over so much shit.
They call it gift receipts.
He tried to play me for like, what you want me to, you want credit for this? Like, nigga, what the fuck you mean? I'm trying to show you what the fuck we here for.
That's exactly what
you doing. All right, she watch her most of the time, but nigga, I'm doing my part.
No,
this is here. You should see. I'm showing you the receipts to show you, like, yo.
How many Foot Locker receipts you need?
I'm showing you hundreds of dollars and shit. Nigga, what you talking about?
But the crazy part is that's a common misconception.
Left him there too with his ass. Hey, get us to the judge, little bitch. Real shit.
But that's a common misconception. They want you. But the thing is, when you do that, believe it or not, you're incriminating yourself.
How?
Because if they can total up your receipts and say, "Oh, you spent about $7,000 here in a
they're
month,"
only trying to put you on child support because they feel like you ain't taking care of your fucking child.
No,
that's basically it. That's why they put you on child support.
But check me out. What I'm trying to say is, when you do that, you incriminate yourself.
This is due over time.
Hold on,
you gotta save your receipts.
But even still,
to show them like, yo, I am doing. So what the fuck am I doing here?
So check me out. When they see your receipts. And they see it totals of like $10,000 in your case.
Over time. It might be over time. How the fuck they gonna total that up and it's not back to back to back to back? It's this month. It may be something this month. It might be more than once this month. That's just over time.
But then she makes the play.
They don't never even go off receipts anyway. They go off your income and shit like that.
It depends on the caseworker that you get.
Yeah.
It depends on the caseworker that you get. I got 4 kids. I'm telling you, it depends on the caseworker you get. If she's real smug, if she's real smug and she's a bitter mom who's been hurt by some dude too, she going in on it. Well, we see about $15,000 in receipts here. And the dates look like this is happening over 3 months, so you're making pretty good money. So since you don't know how much you make, and if you hitting the streets hard, they don't know exactly how much you make. We just want to make a calculation based upon what I see here and divide that by 3 because this look like this happened over 3 months. Like they get real smug. Like sometimes I think when people do that, you incriminate yourself by doing that. Don't do that. Not smart.
Now, what was you saying?
This kid that was having problems with one of his baby mothers, and he had to go to court with the other baby mother.
Right.
So he told one baby mother, he said, listen, I'm having trouble with the second baby mother. He said, but do me a favor. If you can bring a family, just like the judges, I'm going to get off this. Bring me a family just like the judges. The next day, the second baby mother brought in 3 white kids. He looked at her like, you bring in 3 white kids. She said, you wanted a family just like the judges. He was like, whoa, he wanted 3 white kids. I was like, God damn. He said, you wanted a family like the judges. Motherfucker got off.
The A.G White, oh my God.
You funny as hell.
Bring a family just like the judges.
Ho, I'm letting mine. He said, Toya Stevens said, but whose fault is that? As far as what?
Yeah.
The baby's mom putting somebody on child support? That's what she talking about by the baby's mom putting her on child support.
Yeah, she need to give more. Get more details.
They
there.
use child support because they be short on hair money, short on shit like that. Y'all, come on, man, quit playing stupid. You know what the fuck's up.
And then the ones who do get child support, how many of y'all actually really use it on the baby?
Man, there's dudes out here that do for their child, bro. But there's baby's moms who's bitter because we don't got to give you shit.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I don't got to give you anything. So you know what? You gonna go down here and try to file child support? Yeah, like you know what I mean, I've been through it. Oh, you about to pay for my rent? You know what I mean? You about to do shit like that? Like
the thing that had me hot, I'll never forget. Before I got full custody of my son,
I'm about to just make 10 kids. They can't sue you after 10 kids, right?
Yeah, they can.
You need. Well, I ain't heard that. I heard it was over.
Nick Cannon's in the clear there.
But the one time I bought my son a brand new bedroom set, so he never had the pleasure like sleeping in like a kiddie bed. So he had like it was a full size or a queen size bed, headboard, footboard, dresser, nightstand, lamp, the whole shebang, and that joint disappeared. I don't know what the hell happened. I was hot. I was hot. Oh, she don't get high. I ain't gonna disrespect her like that. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yo, what happened to the furniture that I got him? What's going on? You take care of you. I make sure he's straight. He'll be super straight, and he's been straight ever since. You know what I mean? It's just I never had to use him as leverage though. Never.
Child support should. I ain't even gonna hold you because there'll be a lot of these mothers holding it down, and I ain't taking no credit away from them, but child support should be for the motherfuckers who don't do shit or don't even try to attempt to do shit for their kids. You feel me? And it ain't even all about the money. Sometimes it just be about the time and shit. I understand that, but fuck that. How you gonna sue me for child support and I was broke when you met me? Like, I ain't got shit now. Like, what are you doing?
Take 55% of nothing.
Yeah, how the what? All right. Let me go sit down.
By the way, 55% of nothing is nothing. So you know.
Fuck that. Shit.
She talking about me, Toya Stevens. Hold on. I was talking about Bruno with the players getting trapped. Oh, right. She said So
whose fault is it?
Whose fault is that?
If me and you having sex and I go in the bathroom and just happen to put my rub in a garbage instead of the toilet, why would you go in there with a turkey baser or in the garbage and try to put my skeet in you? You're a creep. That's my point. Like, that's some weird shit. That's why my man Drake was, shout out to Drake, he was 12 steps ahead of that bitch. Put some hot sauce in that shit. He put some hot sauce on my burrito, man. He put some red hot Tabasco in that shit. Her coochie was about to try to sue him. Oh, you creep. Fuck is you going there? That nigga got AIDS or anything. You trying to put some skeet in there. Motherfuckers be some creep motherfuckers, man. About some paper.
She said, whose fault is that?
It's your fault. It's your fault.
I mean, I think people be on some shady stuff. They know what they doing sometimes. Some chicks be out to get certain guys just so they can get a better lifestyle.
Yeah,
so, you know
exactly.
What I mean?
I was just about to say that.
You know what I mean? Kanye called that the workout plan. He put it in his legs. You know what I mean? I ain't saying she a gold digger.
Yeah.
She ain't messing with no broke. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't. She's a creep.
Oh, that's dope.
Trapping niggas for no reason, but a couple dollars just to lavish your lifestyle. Bitch, get up and work. You be all right. Fuck. Coochie, fuck. Yeah, weak ass coochie fucked up anyway. Nobody want to marry that. Fuck, nah, I'm fucking with y'all, man. Chill, but yeah, man. Women, stop doing that. And fellas, if you got to sue your baby's mom, I support you. It's about the fellas. I mean, you did that.
All day.
How much? You got $400 though, right?
Oh, shit.
It costs more than that to even go foul.
I just, you know what I mean?
You got beat.
Because during the holidays, you'll say, all right, I'm getting this and that for the baby. You know what I mean? Are you going to help me out with this, or are you going to get your own thing? I just wound up just saying, you know what, you get your own thing, and I'm not going to ask you for nothing.
Hey, and another thing that will help everything out far as the money situation,
right?
Far as child support,
right.
They need to come up with like a list every month of shit that the baby needs, and you go get the shit yourself. You feel what I'm saying? So she don't have ties to the money. She can't do nothing with the money.
Right.
So this is the list that she sent in. All right, the judge, boom, you send this. The judge give it to you now. All right, this is the list that she needs for this month, and it's still going to total the amount of money that you pay, each month.
So
she's
you talking about more like a task order. instead of a child support.
This is what
order.
I need. This is what you got to go get from the store this month on this day for the child. Boom, and they should do it like that. So you know what I mean? That'd be way better instead of her getting the bread and doing all that other shit. You send me that child support list every month. I go get the shit on this date, boom, and everything will work out like that. They need to switch it up. But if you know you're in this position, why allow yourself to be
get trapped? I see what she's saying now. Like if you know you're an NFL player or an NBA player, you know what I mean. You see a gold digger trying to pursue you out.
But
you know what I mean. Be careful. Don't let her trap you.
Some of
That's
the
what she's
NFL
saying.
players ain't got no money.
I mean, the cheapest one still makes $130,000.
What is that?
Something for some people.
Man, that shit ain't no goddamn money, man. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
man, that be no money.
Hey,
to
Toya,
us.
you asking these questions like you try to trap it. You feel me? She said, "Whose fault is that? You tried it? Let me find out you walk around with a turkey baser in your purse."
Oh, you ain't
Nah, I'm
right.
fucking. That's my woody. I'm fucking with y'all. But yeah, man, we're gonna move on to the next topic, man. Women, stop doing that. Fellas, if you sue your baby's mom, I support you.
Toy, we got nothing but love for you.
Yeah, I'm playing. Don't mind me. Police chief shot makes things worse or better. It makes it worse because these motherfuckers been on all bullshit, harassing people, pulling people over for that bullshit.
Looking at me?
No, not you. He was black. He was a black chief. He wasn't.
Yeah, what the fuck? With a white false.
No, not you. You my guy.
Fuck you looking at me? I got the complexion for the protection.
Nah, man, I wasn't looking at you like that, man. You my guy. Nah, but man.
You want to hear? Fuck the police.
Yeah,
Hear that with clarity.
Yeah.
Fuck the motherfucking pig.
yeah. He heard what he said with pork. With pork. But nah, man, they been acting real crazy ever since that shit had happened, man. Pulling people over, doing all type of illegal shit. So if y'all out there doing any type of weird shit and your stickers is bad and all, don't get in them cars. They on some bullshit. They followed me the other day from Brownsville Road to West End Bridge.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
Then turned
that's
their lights
commitment.
off behind me and was following me like, oh man, it was weird as hell. Weird as hell. Spooked me. I ain't even do shit.
They
I was going to the casino. You know, that's where I work.
So tell them what happened with the when the chief got shot. Tell them what happened with how that happened.
Shit, all I know is from what I speculate off of Facebook, the dude was fucking like had a mental illness. He was going around doing all type of wild shit, and they couldn't catch him. But when they finally got up to his ass, he shoot out, end up killing one and shooting another. Then I heard he hijacked a car from somewhere, and man, it was just a lot, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. They ran up on the wrong dude.
Well, the all I can say is that just a few short days ago, I was on my way home, and I'm out in the suburbs, and this girl was at the bus stop with her baby in a stroller. She ain't had no book bag on, no nothing, and the cops was there, 3 cars deep. 4 officers on her. So I slowed down like, yo, she look like she about to get lynched. What's going on? It's just her and her baby. I'm like, at what moment does common sense kick in here? There's a little baby there. Regardless if she's freaking America's Most Wanted, I think we can handle this a little bit more diligently than, she has her baby in a stroller.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't think they get it. Like, if I do something wrong, I do something wrong. But you're not putting me in no cuffs in front of my kids. I'll bite you, I'll fight you, I'll slam you and choke you.
Oh, your ass going to jail.
I'm going to jail anyway.
And you really going to jail in front of your kids.
Yeah.
But I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think certain things should be done in front of kids because then they grow up and now they see you a certain way and they derive their own, stigmas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's because what you did to her mommy right in front of her, his daddy right in front.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. Don't do that because right now, they're not technically guilty. You just saying that they violated something.
A lot of them abuse their authority, man. They just abuse the fuck out of it. Like,
but I think with the police chief getting shot and what have you, and the way that the cops are responding.
And he's a black dude that did it, so it's like now it's. Remember how the mayor said about they was supposed to do that shit about bullshit ass traffic stops, and tail lights and little certain shit that's really targeting the inner.
Stop and frisk.
Yeah,
yeah. They
not
get
even
rid
that. Just certain shit in general. Like they was supposed to do some shit. It's like targeting the black communities.
Right.
As, little minor shits, bad stickers, maybe a tail light out, shit like that.
Right.
But I heard they stopped all that shit. Now it's like basically, all right, you see that type of shit, go ahead and start being dickheads again and shit like that.
I just think having more cops there doesn't make the situation safer. I think it makes it far more tense. That's just being real.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you. I'm licensed to carry and all the above. If I see y'all rolling up on me that deep, I'm gonna feel like y'all trying to take me out. I guarantee you, it'll be a grandstand with me. I'm an avid believer. Ain't nobody slaying me. Period. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go anyway. You're not slaying me though. That's what we're not gonna do. You're not making no example out of me. No, sir.
You got to do the right thing, because who's going to produce the show?
I got other people. We be all right. This thing will keep going.
God damn.
My goal is to keep everything I do that it outlive me. It'll keep going. But I'm just saying, like, I just think it makes things more hostile. It doesn't make things more safe.
Shit, but you doing all these, there's all these motherfucking shootings and all this other type of shit. You ain't go ahead and get crazy about none of the shit that's going on in the city. But a police chief get killed now, you want to, beef up and do no, motherfucker.
But let's be real. Ain't these the same folks that said that they short on officers? Y'all having a shortage of this?
They spend all that money on fixing these dumbass roads. That's what the fuck happened.
So why are you
infrastructure?
Oh man, every other street there's construction.
Oh yeah,
there's construction on construction.
Right.
So that's where the money's going. You talk about you short police and all this shit. The money's going on all that dumbass shit that we don't fucking need.
Right. So, but I mean, how you feel about it, AG? You know what I'm saying? Cops getting real extra deep for the most simplest things. Every response they respond to, they're responding with 4 or 5 officers for that one call.
Well, what happened to defunding the police? Whatever happened to that? You can't. Police, they gotta. That's what they're there to do. Is police
right
situation.
Right.
Some of them might be, overly abusive with it, but for every good cop, for every bad cop, there's a good cop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
believe that.
And I let me say this: my boy retired from the NYPD, right? First grade detective, and he said to me in his 26 years that he was working with the NYPD, right? All 26 years, these motherfuckers never got a positive phone call. Mm-hmm. If you notice, anything police do, there's something negative attached to it. You never get a phone call, listen, I need you to come down to 414 River Avenue. Just come down. And as soon as the police get there, listen, we didn't have an emergency, we're sorry, but we just wanted to commend you guys and give you your flowers while you still living.
Right.
A good call.
Right.
Everything with police that they get is a bad call.
Right.
So they stay on the negative.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's up to hopefully the person to try to diffuse their side,
right,
to make it easier for the police on their side.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm not siding with the police.
Right.
I'm a white kid that grew up in the hood, and they want to know what the fuck am I doing there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Either I'm copping or I'm selling or no, motherfucker, I live here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the whole fact of the matter is, I believe in that good cop, bad cop. I mean, there's pieces of shit out there. It's like with anything. Mm-hmm. There's always going to be a bad cop, a grimy cop. You just hope that you don't come in confrontation with them and try to diffuse any situation that you can, if you can, because at the end of the day, it's freedom of speech.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't take away that, and they trying to take away that shit now.
Yeah.
But real talk, pun intended. Talk your talk. Listen, hands are here, yada dee, yada da. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
And the woman on here said Toya again. She said, "Hold up, your skin color is a weapon, so you have to be very careful. I pray for black men every day."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I go through that a lot. Anytime I look like I'm getting angry in the public, Ooh, big black man. You know what I'm saying?
But dickhead police piss you off so much.
Ooh.
Like, they piss you off, like, just far as trying to just be extra. Like, you know, I got a problem with authority from being in jail. I just can't stand no motherfucker just, man, fuck you motherfuckers. I don't fucking, like, nah. But there be good ones and there be cool ones. You be like, man, I'd rather talk to this motherfucker. This nigga a dickhead.
Right on.
I mean,
This abuses authority. That shit
there's-
annoys the fuck out of me.
There's a handful of good cops. I think that number is more like 6-1. 6 bad cops and 1 good cop.
Mm-hmm.
My son's godfather just retired recently. He was a cop. You know what I mean? And he was one of the best cops I knew. I said, man, I wish he wasn't retiring. There's not too many other people out here like you. I said, why don't you just take a promotion? Why don't you become police chief? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because his integrity was high. You know what I mean? His attitude was right. His moral compass was right. You know, and he would tell people straight up how it is. Oh, you ran that light, you crashed into that car, and you killed that woman. You going to jail. He would just be straight up with you. You know you're going to jail, right? Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing to argue about. Just go put your hands behind your back. You killed that. You ran a light. You killed that person. This is not an accident. That's vehicular homicide. He would just go right after you. He would just be straight up. And there's nothing being jerkish or rude or disrespectful about it. Like,
It's the law.
Dude, you ran the light. You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't see it. Well, we seen it, and so did that camera. Hands behind your back. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, he would do his homework first. He just wouldn't assume. He wouldn't come to a situation, see you arguing with your girl, and automatically put you in handcuffs.
Shit, that's the last whoever called the police first.
In Georgia, they take both of you.
Oh, bitch, we going.
And you gotta have
So we at a
somebody.
strip club again?
Yeah, in Atlanta.
In Georgia,
She said not all.
If you have a domestic, they arrest both of you.
Shit.
And you gotta have somebody that lives in Georgia bail
Hell
you out.
nah. Hell nah.
Like if you
that's
do a
not
show
true.
in Georgia and get arrested,
That's not true.
Dog, I had a relative.
Do you know who my little brother is? He down there now. Trust me, it ain't true. She did not go. His ass did. But anyway, she said not all cops are bad, not all black people are bad. It's a stigma. Yeah. So, but where the fuck does like that targeting black people come from? Like that's just the weird shit. But you know, enough with that topic. We're gonna move on to the next. Mental health. We're gonna let you speak first on mental health, Mr. A.G. White.
You know, being in show business, you know, the ups and downs, the highs, lows, peaks and valleys. You know, a lot of people I feel, are embarrassed to get mental help. Mental help
Yeah.
for their mental health. I mean, we all go through it, but I just feel, man, if you surround yourself around a lot of positive people that have the right words and everything like that, like I think your mental health can stay intact. You know, it's just the outside sources that you get, you know, you caught up in, and if that's I mean, that's a crazy feeling to, you know, when you're looking for mental health, for help for your mental health, and you don't get that treatment, where you're scared to go to get it. But I don't know, I'm just old school, man. I just try to never get too high and never get too low.
Yeah.
Like just,
Yeah.
it's life, such as
That's how
such as life. It, you know, just stay the course, man.
Yeah.
You know, I equate my mental state to like flying in a plane, right? Plane takes off, got a little turbulence, you start to panic. Oh my God, oh shit, straighten this plane out. And the next thing you know, 5 minutes later, he's above the clouds and it's sunny skies. Life. Sometimes you get that turbulent times in life. You're like, oh no, this is not gonna work out. But of course, we've all, well, at least I've been to that dark place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been there.
And I've been there, and contemplation kicks in, and you know, I just found a mentor. People got to reach out to people that they feel might be a mentor to them, and just have their mentor become a soundboard. You know what I mean? Where they could talk to them and just, and they don't have to. I'm not big on mental health counseling. I feel things can work out if you talk to the right people.
Surround
that
yourself.
are not, surround yourself
Yeah.
around the right people.
Yeah.
I mean,
For me, mental health is it's real. Like, I've been to dark places and times, just take my time just in jail, like constantly all the time. Just like, you get to them dark places, you like thinking nobody give a fuck about you, motherfuckers ain't thinking about you and shit like that. You just be like, man, I'd rather be fucking dead. Like, sometimes you be in your head like, man, what if I just die, all this shit'll go away. And that's what basically motherfuckers do. Like, they be behind on bills, in debt, certain shit like that. And they be like, man, I'll just fucking kill myself and just get this shit over with, instead of just, taking your time and reprogramming your mind and, coming back strong. You feel me? And you can do it. That's what motherfuckers don't understand. Like, you can really reprogram your mind and be on point with certain shit. So, like, when I came home, I had to basically do that, reprogram my mind, like start like basically growing the fuck up and handling business on the right way and shit like that. So with that, I'm diagnosed for like 2 years with PTSD and shit like that. That's just from being around. I've been through a lot of shit, but I don't even show it. I'm always joking and happy and shit like that. But motherfucker, I got problems too. Motherfucker, I go through shit, but I cope with it in different ways. Like, my mental strong as fuck now. Now it's like, you feel me? I've been to that. Yeah, you've been down there. Well, when I'm back now, I'm
here's
like,
another
motherfucker.
Thing that I read this one quote, and I'll never forget it as long as I live, because when I was in that dark place, you try to read, you try to, see if it relates to you, and then you try to come from that from that mental state that you were in, that dark place, and try to apply that, like, you know what, this is talking about me. So I read this quote where it said, God does not get alarmed when we hit rock bottom. Mm-hmm. You know why?
Because he put you there.
He made the rock.
You can't hit the thing.
So what's the only way to do from that rock is go up. If you at rock bottom, what's... Oh.
It sounds like a thunderstorm.
My bad. I'm sorry.
It's all good. So you preaching.
Go
It's all
ahead.
good.
I really feel that.
Right.
Because real talk, it's like God don't get along when we hit rock bottom.
Right.
Why? He made the rock.
Right.
So if you at rock bottom, God put you there for a reason. Now what's the only way to do?
Get the fuck back up.
That's it.
I was just preaching that shit too. Not just people in my family and shit like that. Like, man, can't be weak out here. You can't be weak. Motherfuckers go through shit. You gotta cut vices off that you got, or whatever the fuck you like doing. Say, like, you just gotta cut that shit off and work on yourself until you get to a point where, like, all right, now I'm back. Like, motherfucker, nah, man, you can't be weak out here, man. You cannot be weak, man.
Well, here's one other one.
They get so deep and being stuck in their sorrows and depression, it gets lower and lower. Like now it's just like, man, fuck it. I give up. Kill me. Like, you know what I mean? So,
but that's like
I know
said,
a couple of my friends died from, mental health problems and shit like that. So it's like, damn, just to see that, like, damn, we was going through that. You never know. You feel what I'm saying? You'll like, any of us looking at it, how we talk to each other all the time and shit, and we just looking like, and you just end up killing yourself. Like, you like, damn, that nigga was going through that. We ain't even fucking know. No. So you feel what I'm saying? It's good to ask questions, ask motherfuckers how they doing, and certain shit like
Surround
that. Just you can't call a motherfucker your friend if you don't check up on him. I mean, it's shit like that. So
find a way or fade away.
Yeah.
So here's my take on it. I'm gonna drop it. So my take on mental health is this: words have power. Be careful what words you use. Be careful what words you choose to accept. Because if you accept them, now you embrace it. You embrace it, it changes and alters your state. How you operate, how you think. Faith is a great combatant to mental struggles. There's a storm in every season. You got to learn how to persevere through the storm. I think the way we are conditioned, the way that we are today, is the reason why our mental strength is not as strong as it used to be. Back in the day, in slavery time, we had little to nothing. You couldn't get much of anything. So everything that you got, you had to work for it, and you had to be extremely patient for it. Yeah. So your mental capacity for stress, Your mental capacity for dealing with obstruction, dealing with hurdles, dealing with struggles, dealing with disappointments, being told no, being told you can't. It was a norm to the point where you learn how to become extremely calm and like, all right, I'm waiting for my time. I'm waiting for that moment. Now, today, everybody wants everything.
Instant gratification.
They want everything right away. And because of that lack of patience and that lack of faith and that lack of perseverance, it's very easy to get in a valley and just stay there. In my opinion, if you need mental help, you definitely get it, especially if you're schizophrenia. If you're suicidal, I think you should get help. You know what I mean? But when you're trying to rebuild the mental blocks of years of learning, operating, being a certain way, acting a certain way, you know, I'll never forget one time I started overthinking things so much. I told my wife, I was like, who am I right now? Because I don't feel like myself. I was overanalyzing. Did I do the right thing? Was I too?
do that shit
You know what I mean? Like, don't overthink it. Just let it flow. But if you need to get mental help, get it. Sometimes I'm a firm believer. I'm not going to say sometimes. I'm going to say all the time. I'm a firm believer that if you have to get a therapist, you got sucky friends. You got the worst kind of friends there is.
And that comes back to what he was saying.
You know what I mean? That's exactly why I'm saying what I'm saying, because you said it. So I wanted to touch back onto that, because the truth of the matter is, if I'm going through some stuff and I can't rap with you about it, that's not that ain't my friend.
Right.
That's my what up, dog? Yeah, all right, you know what I mean, I'll see you later, whatever, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll cut a motherfucker off quick, fast, in a hurry.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Like that,
But when I'm talking to you and we being transparent on some man stuff, because I went through some stuff as a man recently that I ain't know men go through. My man was like, yeah, man, I went through that too. I was like, for real? And I was like, I ain't gonna front, because when you hear something happen to you that you never heard your dad go through, none of your relatives go through, something with your body and all the above, you're like, hold on, wait a minute, wait, what? And you get you just get real sad and whatnot, because you think you're the only person. And then you find somebody else that already went through it, and they're like, yo, I went through that. Just hold on. It's going to get better. Here's what they probably going to make you do. Here's what I had to do. I'm like, all right, bet. You know what I mean? I feel bad. I know it's not going to be too bad.
Was it the Cialis or the Viagra?
It's never the Viagra. I don't have problems with my batteries work real nice. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
But just let me just intervene for 1 second.
Right.
Intervene. Let me just chime in.
Right.
And say that's the beauty of it all, is when you got three gentlemen here.
Right.
You know, us three just, talking about it. That shit makes me feel good, because it's like, wow, I'm helping you, you're helping.
And you ain't afraid to just say you've been there.
Yeah,
like we all been there. You feel me? Been there.
If you live life, quote unquote life, there's another quote from a man, Carlos Wallace in Houston.
Right.
He said, yo, life is not complicated.
Mm-hmm.
We are. Life ain't complicated. Motherfucker, it's we. We're the ones that make it complicated.
Right.
If you fucking wake up and you do the right thing, you live life. And live life.
Say it
Just
again.
live life.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Yeah.
Life is not motherfucker, we are.
Right.
We make things, you know how people say, you make things complicated.
And another thing, motherfuckers sometimes, another reason why they don't like talking to their friends all the time, because you got them friends that every time you see them, they got a fucking problem. It's always something. So when they do come around, you be like, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit today, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Good
we
vibes
talked about
only.
this shit 90 times, bro. If you ain't trying to change or go ahead and put the work in, the ethic that you need to fucking get help and change, like, some motherfuckers just be fed up. Like, bro, I'm tired of talking to you, bro. You're a grown-ass man. Then a motherfucker sit there and tell you, oh, I'm going to do this, oh, I'm going to do that, whoop-de-whoop. And the same shit every time you see him, it's a problem. Like, shit you going through. Like, bro, like, motherfuckers get fed up. Like, bro, I'm not trying to hear that shit.
And that takes away from your mental energy.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's why I qualify folks who I call friends carefully. Period. My circle is small for a reason. I got associates. I got folks I mess with. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, like when I met A.G White, me and him vibed right away. I'm like, yo, he remind me of a relative. Yo, like he's so down to earth. It's interesting, and we've been bonding ever since. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I would like to say that you have to pick your friends extremely carefully, because some friends can disappoint you. And once again, you don't say everything to everyone, but the folks that you call friends, you should be able to be transparent with. Yeah. Like my Great friends, my friends that I have, I'm grateful for them all. They know I'm not easy to get along with, but they know I'm a millionaire in the making, and I got all kinds of stuff going on and all the above. So you're gonna hear some different stuff come out of my mouth. I may be a different person when I'm handling business and I'm in public and all the above, but behind closed doors, I am a work in progress. I am not perfect. My son will tell you first, I am not perfect. No, and sometimes I'll talk to my son because my son's a man now. I'm like, yo, son, man, you won't believe it? Me and him be vibing now more than that. It feel great. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because we like.
And she said, not to cut you off, she said, not necessarily. Sometimes you don't want to talk to friends because you don't want to put things on friends they may be going through themselves, or they may bring it up in mad moments. Them ain't your friends.
That's not a real friend. That's real rap. That's not a real friend.
They ain't real friends. So
they trying to hit you below the belt. Nah, that's not a real friend.
They was waiting to say that shit when they get mad. You feel what I'm saying?
They envy you. They jealous of you. So
they couldn't wait to say that.
Yeah, couldn't try to chop you down, man. Your friends.
Them is the type of that's the shit we talk about. Cut them people off. Them is the motherfuckers you don't need to be around. You feel me? Certain shit that you be around a motherfucker for so long, you'll start seeing certain shit. You in your head like, man, I ain't trying to be around that.
But as
one little incident, they take it and just
run with it.
Right,
damn, but like you said that, and I told you you know what I mean? You gonna say that shit to me?
Right.
Oh yeah, you just.
But as it relates to mental health, the friends that you call friends, they have to be friends that automatically already tell you that they have good self-awareness, how to keep their stuff to a minimum. You understand what I'm saying? If that friend is always in some stuff, always having some challenges, you might want to be careful about selecting that person to be your close friend and start sharing those things with. Because next thing you know, every time you open that door, that's a 2-hour conversation. Sometimes you got 2 hours, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, just watch who you call your friends, man. That mental health shit is serious, man. We all been there, man. That shit gets you to a dark place. Like a dark place, you be like, man. But once you shake out that motherfucker and you like I said, reprogram that man, you gonna be a bad motherfucker.
Let me finish with this. The worst thing ever is being in a mental valley, deep dark one, in a dark place, and be disappointed by someone that you thought you trust. Stay out of that situation.
I didn't think of it like that.
If you get disappointed by someone you thought you can open up to, that's where the suicide stuff starts to kick in. Because that's the last person. Sometimes people don't realize, sometimes that's the last person you thought you could go to talk to. Door shut right in your face. They disappoint you. They try to come at you or try to cut you low or that's the wrong person to be talking to. That can get real violent real fast depending on who you are.
Especially if it's a motherfucker you thought that, you know what I mean?
You had your back and all the above.
Say that shit to me, cuz, like, God damn. Now it's like, shit.
Thank God that never happened when I was at the low.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True story.
But you attract
to what kind of person you are. Birds of a feather flock together. Say it again.
Facts.
Shakers and movers rock with shakers and movers. Folks who like to sit still and hold trees, they post up. That's exactly what they do. They post up.
And I realize this too, man. Especially being in show business and wanting that instant gratification. I realize, man, if people could get this through their head, and also, you know how sometimes when we need something done right away, we call, we send an email, we try to text. My man dropped this jewel on me, my mentor, brother up top, my man Vaughn. He was like, yo, hey, remember this, Bob. Your urgency ain't their emergency. They'll get to you. They'll get to you. You know how we need that? Your urgency ain't their emergency. Just relax. They'll get to you.
Yeah.
If they're your peoples, they'll get to you. Just not when you need it at that particular time. Just chill, relax, breathe.
Right.
Your urgency ain't their emergency.
True story.
She said, I'm today years old while people pay therapists. Like, you killed me with that one. I don't know what to say about that. Shit.
Meanwhile, the therapist that you're going to see, they fucked up.
Yeah. So.
I swear, call me old school, call me, not trying to motherfucking keep up. I'm just not. I'm not reaching out to a therapist when I know I got my connects that I could just talk to for that positive reinforcement, right? Wow. You know what? Because that's all we need is that positive reinforcement. Like I equate when I'm going through that, and this shit happens to me all the time when I'm performing. Right. Even when I performed at your shit. Right. I was going because, I know I had to do 45 minutes. I knew what I could do. I knew I could make it do what it do. Right. But it was just that anxiety going in, like not knowing what to expect. And I've been doing it for 30 fucking years. But you got artists that just that anxiety, man, just getting to that show and making sure you're on time and the whole shit. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, here we go. You're on stage now. There's no safety net. Right. Now make these motherfuckers laugh. Right. And then what will calm me down with that, man, and I tell you, it was a breath of fresh air. I just did a show with a female comedian, Kelly Kells. Right. And we were backstage. We were all waiting to go on. And she was pacing. And I just was like, just relax, right? She went out there, she destroyed. She came backstage, I was going on after intermission. She was like, hey, she said, why are you pacing like I was pacing? I said, yo, an anxiety kicking in. And she was like, hey, go be great. Just relax, go be great. Put that shit in my head, just go be great. Yeah. Just confidence, felt swagnificent after that.
He said swagnificent.
Because you got to be in the zone. You got to be in the zone.
Go be great. Yeah. Just, you know what? Fucking hard day, fuck that. Go be great. Right. Do what you do. Right. Go be great.
Hashtag go be great, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I love that shit. That shit, I'm telling you. Even yesterday, we performing for sold out shows. 400 people in the audience. Right. Go be great. Right. As soon as I hit that stage, bomb. I feel them endorphins, man. Those are fucking great to have. You know what I mean? Real talk, man.
Got you.
So I get it. And I'm glad, we had this nice little premise on mental health because, white kid, all black neighborhood, never was truly accepted. I got accepted because I was who I was and I never changed. And let me tell you something, I have two brothers, right? And this is why we really never had any drama growing up in the hood. We talk about the streets of Brooklyn. Right. Real talk. But what kept me away from all of that rah-rah shit was the fact that I had a younger brother and an older brother. Right? So even though the thugs in the streets of Brooklyn, we never had that issue because we would facilitate the neighborhood. You figure white folks, we want everything from the black folks. Give us this, no, give us this shit. We facilitated the neighborhood. Football equipment, basketballs, freaking football helmets, footballs, everything. Baseball, bats, all of that stuff. My dad would work for the government, right? He would. He worked for the government. He worked as a United States Post Office. So every year they would get a uniform allowance. But my pops never. He took the money from the government. Real talk. I'm talking about Peter to the Robin Hood type shit. Peter to pay Paul. Not rob Peter to pay Paul. That was the wrong. The Robin Hood effect. Take from the rich and give to the poor. So when he with his uniforms, he would never get the uniforms for the post office. He would spend it at a sporting goods store where they would sell uniforms. He was like, nah, fuck the uniforms. Make sure my truck low. I'm buying equipment for the neighborhood. And then we never had the problems, man, because my older brother knew all the old heads. I knew kids my age, and my younger brother knew the young heads. So we really never had that problem because we were always, we always integrated, with the neighborhood. Yeah. So I'm fortunate that, to this day, and me being 52, I just, the culture, I always embraced it, and Nate.
Yeah, you understand it, so
and
it's
understand it like a motherfucker, dog. You know what I mean? Let a motherfucker tell me, yo, who you think you are, Motherfucker, I am who I am. I'm A.G. White.
Yeah.
White is what the fuck I am, but you don't judge me. They'd be like, yo, hey, word bomb. We know you sound like a brother. We know you got style, but when the fuck you ever get white? And I'm like, shit. When the police pull my ass over. I said, motherfuckers, if y'all could get white at that time too, your asses will get white too. Police pull me over, I'm like, officer, look. Dunkin' Donuts, my treat. Hey, there's 2 black kids in the car. They work with my dad. They're harmless. I got a double dip, so we can dip. I ain't got a double dip. You got a dip.
He said Dunkin' Donuts.
I'm gonna be a hypocrite for the homies. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Got a double dip. Play both sides so we can dip.
Yeah, I got you.
She said mental health meets empathy. It may heal all, not everyone is the same. Well, we understand that. There's definitely certain levels I feel is different, mental shit that motherfuckers deal with.
Might have to get Toyo on the show,
At the end of the day, man, you just gotta, like I said, man, mental, man, dig deep, man. You can be all right, man. Like I said, man.
Stay the course, man.
Stay the course, man.
Never get too high.
Like, you know how I go about my motherfucking day? Like, everything that happens is meant to happen.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So once I think about that shit, and when I go through shit, like say if I lose some money, if I lose something, guess what? I'd be like, damn, that was meant to happen. How many fucking houses I used to rob as a fucking kid? We used to be in people's shit, stealing and shit. It's just whatever I fucking go through, I just know and just remember like, damn, that shit happened to me. I did that to somebody before, and I just go on with it. It don't sit on me. It don't have me all fucked up. Right. No, it was meant to happen. Like everything you go through is meant to happen. Street shit, life shit, whatever the fuck it is just meant to happen, man. It's just you just understand, man. That's just life, man. Like that's what I love about being able to wake up in the morning. Alhamdulillah, it's just another day. It's like, what the fuck is up for today? Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, what the fuck is going to transpire today? Like, damn, man, that's the blessing, man. That's the best for me. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next subject. Somebody's going through mental health, man. Reach out to your friends, man.
True story.
You know what I mean? Motherfuckers going through shit. Domestic violence, is it getting better or worse? Shit, I ain't really seen nobody. Well, I think it's getting far as for the men. Them women putting their hands on us now.
I think it's grown a little bit, and it's a little bit more even on both sides.
Yeah.
Because women will not only provoke a man, they'll swing on you, they'll stab you, cut you, and or shoot you. Men, same thing. Especially if you get caught cheating, it can go down bad both ways. If you get caught cheating on your girl, she could retaliate. You could be sitting in the drive-thru of McDonald's, which is sad piece, and she come through and light your ride up and roll out, and then say some interesting stuff as she pull away. That's the funny part, because now we all know who did it. You know what I'm saying? Because she wants to be known that she did it. But guys, I've seen guys lose it as well. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you. I'm a married man. Somebody trap my wife, I lose my mind. I'm like, dude, you done messed up. You know that, right?
We talk about domestic violence.
It'll get real domestic. Somebody trap my wife.
I thought domestic violence had to be with like a couple.
But here's the thing.
Fuck you veering off to.
Where the fuck is he?
Let's talk about this mental health shit again.
Old timers kicking in.
But I'm just saying, like with domestic violence.
Shit happened, god damn.
But like for example, you know what I mean? That's when you see domestic violence occur most of the time when people are caught cheating, right? Or you got caught doing something you weren't supposed to be doing. But also at the same time, when you see a domestic violence happening, a situation happen, sometimes you want to intervene, but now it's just as dangerous if you're trying to intervene, trying to help them.
Because you know why a lot of people don't intervene? Because they're going through domestic shit too. They fighting the girls fighting them. Motherfuckers like, so it's like when you see it, it's like, now if it gets to a certain extent where the motherfucker's about to get killed or some shit, I think a motherfucker should be like, oh, bro, don't, you know what I mean? Some shit like that. But at the end of the day, man, I've been through it. I've been through domestic violence. I've been on both ends. Swinging and getting swung on. So it's like, I mean? It's like, I understand this shit.
But
so
imagine you getting into an argument with your girl and then she swing on you in public and your natural reaction kicks in, you do what? You swing right back.
She shouldn't have been playing with me.
Then,
She shouldn't have been playing.
now, we all say
You shouldn't have been playing, girl. Don't do that. What fuck? I was scared.
that's what
I mean, hooked off the jab on her.
but
Whoop, whoop. It was an accident.
But check it out. So that happens. A bunch of people see it. Now there's a crowd. Somebody steps in and tries to check you because all they saw was you swing on her.
No.
Yep.
We had it on the last subject. You know that phone out. They seen it. The phone. They recorded it. As soon as they hear arguments, black motherfucker, that be his shit. He doing just like this, watching the whole motherfuckers.
World star.
Yeah. ASAP. I'm sorry. I'm going to take this charge, but she swung on me, and I boop bopped her. But as far as the topic, is it getting worse or better? I really haven't seen too much shit about domestic violence. I like it how it used to be, but if anybody's going through a hard time in domestic violence or a domestic situation or relationship, get the fuck out of the way.
I think it's gotten worse. Why? Because women will go just as far as the men will go. That's why I say it's getting worse.
Yeah, she said it got worse because women fight back now.
Right. And I'll be honest with you. when you're dealing with somebody that's in that community, that alphabet mafia, and they roll up on you, you know what I'm saying? You see a shorty at the club, you saying what's up to her, then all of a sudden her girlfriend, boyfriend, I don't know which way we going here with this, but she's with someone else and they have the same sex, and she jump up in your face because you talk to her girl. Because, you know, sometimes they can be, you know, folks can be a little, like, extremely insecure. I'm not going to say they, I'm going to say people can be extremely insecure. Mm-hmm. And I'm an equal opportunity assassin. You got to ask yourself if you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If a chick jump up in your face looking like
you
Queen
want to be
Latifah
a woman today or you want to be a man?
You know what I'm saying? And you,
Man the fuck up.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I'll be like, yo, like, you know, I'll be
with your sports bra,
I'll be like, that's what I'll be saying. I'm like, yo, what is you doing? Like, yo, you need to calm down, because if that dude hits you and your shoulders clap and they touch each other, I'm going to film it and then I'm going to laugh. Mm-hmm. I'm going to just be honest with you, because you shouldn't be doing that. Why are you jumping up in his face?
But you know, a lot of it be, you know, like people playing with other people's like emotions and feelings and shit like that. That play a lot of part too, because she said on her, like, men killing these women nowadays.
That's what I mean.
Y'all
Women
be
will do it too.
provoking certain shit.
Yeah.
Then, like, when you provoke it, and when we react, now it's like it's the end of the world. Nah, stop playing with motherfuckers. Like motherfucker, I'm crazy.
I just think that I just wish people would be a lot better at seeing the signs. When red flags go up, don't ignore them. If a woman, you know, all of a sudden every time she see you hug another woman, she pull out a knife. You understand? Don't ignore that. If you see a guy, all of a sudden he starts popping up at your job all of a sudden just because you hugged Ricky from down the hall who said hi to you or happy birthday to you, and he's extremely insecure. You need to see the red flags in that and realize that that's about to get worse.
He said
Ricky.
I mean?
I'm just saying, you know, I'm just
really
making up a name.
Yeah.
Just making up a name. You know what I'm saying? But people need to, you know, don't disarm yourself. Arm yourself and say, hey, there's something wrong with that picture there. I need to cut you short. We got to roll. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I even tell my son, like, yo, if a girl try to provoke you to put your hands on her, and he's a boxer, that's gonna go left for him 2 ways. I said, just walk away.
Well, if he gives it a left.
She going left. No, she going right.
But you know what I mean. But
she going left.
But going right to the floor.
But the thing that I'm proud of is that even in that close encounter, my son walked away. He was like, nah, we don't need to be together then. If you're trying to provoke me to put my hands on you, we don't need to be together.
Man, I've been getting beat these last couple of years. You laughing. I've been getting beat on, man. He's like, fuck, man. You trying to revert me back to the old me. Old me with a boop, bang. Let's get this shit on. Call the popo. I don't give a fuck about no popo, ho. Real shit. I ain't about be right down there and wake up. Smith, let me get my sandwich too, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck, man.
What Tyler Perry
no
say?
jail.
1-800 choke that hoe.
Real rap, man. You gotta understand, man. You gotta stop antagonizing motherfuckers, man, to provoke motherfuckers to put their hands on you. Men do it, women do it. Like, we just gotta, you know, be level-headed and grown grown about the situation, man. It's simple, man, for real. Because I'm tired. I used to always be in jail for domestic. But I ain't even do nothing. All I know, my hands went in the air and something happened. I heard noise.
Something magically happened.
Yeah, I got hit too. Bing, bang, boom. It's the first one who gets to that phone. Just know that.
Well, Toya picking. We're gonna bring Toya on the show here.
Who?
The Alphabet Mafia. She'll know what the Alphabet
she
Mafia
know what it
means.
is.
Then she, look it
know
up.
what it is.
Google it.
Giggle it. For real.
Matter of fact, I hope you ain't the G in Alphabet Mafia.
Nah, she good. That's cool, people. That's the Wody right there. But man, yeah, man. Keep your hands to yourself, man.
She said we only speak from a men's perspective. Well, come and get on the show, Toya. We love to help you.
We are on both sides. There's all men
Seriously.
around here. Listen here, y'all females do some of the most provoking shit. Like y'all cheat different. Y'all fuck a nigga homeboy. Right. Y'all egg shit on the internet, far as people's beef and shit like that, but ain't out here in the streets doing none of the bullshit. Y'all egg a lot of shit on. Y'all start a lot of shit and y'all want to hide your hand. Y'all do a lot of shit. And y'all sneaky, y'all think y'all get away with it.
Preach.
Like, nah, it ain't just, we just telling you because we're men. That's the only side we know.
Right.
We ain't in your shoes, but we know y'all some sneaky, lying, conniving, crazy motherfuckers. And that's just the truth of the matter.
Well, yeah, we're almost done.
Yeah. But yeah, with that being said, we're going to move on to the last, is it the last one?
I believe so.
That's it?
Yeah, we'll go to, what is it? One violence, still
Yeah, that's the last one.
No, his was the last one.
Oh, yeah, then let's move to that now.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Put the last one.
Yeah.
No, the last one, my fault, y'all. Go ahead, the last one should be him.
Right.
Getting to know Mr. A.G. White. And I wanted to ask you a question, right? When did you know, like, comedy is like what I want to do? Because I'm funny as shit, but everybody be like, you need to do stand-up, but I don't know how to write my material. I just know how to, when I'm around, it just comes out. It's just certain, it's like that.
Well, listen. I equate stand-up comedy as writing a funny essay. Remember when we were in school, we had the introduction, right? Then you got the whole body of the letter, and then you got your closing. That's exactly how comedy's written, dog. There's no other way around it. Comedy is nothing but a funny essay, and you present it to the class. Class likes it, they clap. You get teacher says, you know what? We're giving you 5 stars, 5 gold stars. That's what comedy is. And people, I learned that that's what comedy is. And then in comedy, there's a form that every comedian follows. And it's called the PSP method. The premise, the setup, the punchline.
Right.
So basically, when you tell a joke, you can't just come out and just say something and expect the audience gotta follow you. They have to listen to your verbiage. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep them in tune, and they gotta follow your actual essay. Okay, so
speaking of tune and tuna, I was gonna ask you if you wanted to.
We'll do all that. Come to the show. So here it is now with the premise, the PSP method. Premise, setup, punchline. Every joke that a motherfucker tells got the PSP method.
Right.
But there's a lot of other things. There's things called callbacks, catchphrases, like Kevin Hart used to use all right, and everybody can relate to that. That was his catchphrase. Then you got what we call taglines, which I use a lot in my stand-up. Taglines are, the joke is already funny, and then you tag it, you add to the joke, but you can only do 3. So for example, like I'll say, I asked how much for a gray goose, and she was like, gray goose, that's $13 a shot. I said, gray, not platinum. Right? I can't, unless I'm performing, okay, I'm just trying to give y'all a gist.
Okay.
And I say gray, not platinum, and then I say, shit, fucking gray, not platinum. Now, see, what's crazy? The shit is, I know it so well when I'm standing up there that just tell the audience here, it's the premise. What are you talking about? That's what the premise means. What are you talking about? You talking about a woman? God forbid you talk about domestic violence. Well, what about domestic violence? That's the premise. Then you got the setup. You got to set it up, and then you got to give them the punchline. So I'll give you an example. I was in Chicago. You know, bad neighborhood in Chicago. Shit, they shot and killed a Jehovah's Witness right in front of the Kingdom Hall. So the premise is Chicago being a bad neighborhood. The setup is they shot and killed a Jehovah's Witness right in front of the Kingdom Hall. Now I got to give them what? The punchline, the PSP. Yeah. Premise, what are you talking about? Setting it up. Now that you're talking about it, you got to set it up, and then you got to give them the punchline. So let me just go over it again. I was in Chicago. Boom, Chicago, bad neighborhood, man. Shit, they even shot and killed a Jehovah's Witness right in front of the Kingdom Hall. Shit, police still looking for the killer. I'm like, all those witnesses, they don't witness shit. How you gonna be a witness and not witness shit?
The Jehovah's Witness, he's a funny motherfucker.
Then they see you laughing, right? Now there's a thing called tagline. Right. You can tag it. Yeah. So I tag it with, all I'm saying is, them JWs got to get on their JOBs. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. JWs got to get on their JOBs. Right. And I tag it again. I said, now they're going to come to my house with a wanted poster and a watchtower. You know, so those are just taglines. In other words, the joke is already funny, but you can tag it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can add to it without getting carried away. Right. And that's
so is the part of adding to it when you tag it, is that like freestyle? Is that like?
Well, no, it's mental thinking. Like,
but sometimes you can go off the fly with it.
Yeah, so, and sometimes the audience might say something that you'll be like, "Yo, that was funny." I'm not gonna react to that, but I'm gonna put that. Okay. Sometimes the audience writes it for you.
Okay.
So PSP, premise, set up, punchline. But me, your boy A.G. White, I started 1992 at the Apollo Theater. Showtime at the Apollo was my first TV performance. And I started at the Uptown Comedy Club in Harlem with Tracy Morgan. Him and I were in the same writing class. Uptown Comedy Club.
Damn, man. That's what's up.
Kid, never want to date myself, you know what I'm saying? But I've been doing it for a while. And the crazy thing is, when people ask
you ain't got to date it. We can just add it up from 92.
But
roughly.
Motherfucking 3 decades. God damn it. You know what I mean? But you know what? And I try to explain this to kids at career days when they're like, you know, so what is it like to be a comedian and how do you do it? And same way I'm just telling y'all is that's the formula. That's the formula. Comedy is nothing but a funny essay. You got your introduction. The introduction got to be popping, right, in order to gain the audience's attention. Right, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that first joke out, bang, got to hit. If it doesn't hit or it's mediocre, then they're like, we'll just order these quesadillas. What else you got on the menu? You know what I mean? So PSP. Ain't no drugs. No. You know what I'm saying? Premise. What are you talking about?
Set up.
Right. Setting it up and give them punchline.
Then hit them with some tags
Brooklyn.
afterwards.
I come from a bad neighborhood.
Right.
Shit. When you come from a bad neighborhood, things in your neighborhood are usually different. So what am I talking about? I'm from Brooklyn, bad neighborhood. Okay, now I gotta what? I gotta set it up. Yeah. And then I gotta give them the what?
Punchline.
There you go. So come from a bad neighborhood so bad, police pull each other over. Boom. Yeah. So the premise, what am I talking about? Yeah. Growing up in Brooklyn, neighborhood being bad, setting it up. You know your neighborhood's bad when things in your neighborhood are usually different. Neighborhood so bad, pause, right? Neighborhood so bad, police pull each other over. Boom. Yeah. Premise, setup, punchline.
And once they get the laugh, boom, you tag.
Right, then you can tag it. Then I go, whoop, whoop, pull over. Whoop, whoop, no, motherfucker, you pull over. Yeah. What you got in your trunk? Yeah. You have the right to remain silent. No, motherfucker, you got the right to remain silent. So it's just tags. Yeah. You know what I mean? Once you know that they're laughing, then you could tag it. But you can only tag it, here's a little secret, when you do stand up. And anybody can chime in right now and fucking tell me something different. I'll tell them, eat a dick. You can only tag the thing 3 times before it's like OD. You're like, all right, we get it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, police pull each other over. Whoop, whoop. No, motherfucker, you pull over. No, motherfucker, you pull over. What you got in your trunk?
Know what you got in your trunk.
You know what I'm saying? And leave it with that. Because you got them laughing at the whole punchline, but the tagline after the punchline can only be 3 before they're like, all right, motherfucker, just dead that shit. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And that's how you do it.
But, you know, we come to the end of the show where, you know, it's the end of the show. I want to thank Mr. A.G. White for coming on the show. He'll be at...
I'll be at the Pittsburgh Improv tonight. Unfortunately, the shows are sold out, but you know, if you know the right person, made there's always a back door.
He'll be at the Improv tonight. You hosting or opening up?
I'm hosting.
He's hosting up.
Lunella's headlining.
Okay, Lunell's headlining. He's hosting. Yeah, man, it was a great time, great vibe. Shout out to my super producer, Boona. His super, you ain't super producer, but you super assistant producer, LaRon. You know, I'm Big Hank, man. Tune in next week for Pop Your Shit podcast. No. The next one's going to be the live joint where I had to book the event space. It's going to be live, free food, free drinks. You know, come give your opinion. It's free. You free to get in. I ain't selling no tickets. Everything on me. And yeah, come out, have a good time, support. I got new sweatsuits. The Comfort Inn on East Ohio. The top floor.
It's right behind here.
Well, I gotta wait for the date for the space. It was supposed to be for today, but you know,
New Year. You know what I'm saying? They're getting back into the swing of things.
Yeah, you know, continue to tune in, man. I appreciate y'all. Continue to share, support, and we need these stores. What is these stores? They ain't giving us no stores.
I'm telling you, man. The people can do the star
thing now. We're going to see stars in a minute. They don't give us stars. But anyway, man, tune in next week, man. I appreciate it, man. Pop Your Shit podcast. Controversy meets the street. See y'all next week.
Not to me.
Big Hank.
Yes, sir.
My man.
Big Hank.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish
Medium Hank.
Good hour?
Good hour. Well, we did 3:30 to 5, right? An hour and a half.
It was 3:30? We started at 3:30?
We started about 3:30.
Yeah. 3:27 is when I went live.
That was good.
You want to get the overview graphic
That
up?
shit went by mad quick.
Play the music. Overview graphic. Fade it to black.
So I gotta get back, and then I gotta shit hour. Fucking thank God.